All right. Hello. Happy Valentine's Day, Dream Team. Welcome to our Monday night Zoom. Um, we have a little housekeeping to do real quick before we dive in our topic for the day. Tomorrow is the last day for double, triple on the rebate situation. So if you are working on that promo, you have until tomorrow night at 11:59 to finish that up. But I would not encourage you to wait till 11:59 because the cloud will get slow and so on and so forth. So we definitely don't want to do that. And we originally had a local scheduled for this Thursday at the Y. And after much debate internally and mentally, as well with some other leaders to feel them out about this, I don't have any new speakers. The new speakers I did have had to drop back out already because of volunteering or working, sorry, not volunteering. And we are also supposed to get down to like 19 degrees with rain, which means there's going to be ice. So I have elected to not have the local this month because I don't feel like we're going to have people there with the icy situation. I don't want you guys driving here with an icy situation. And also, we're going to talk about this. We are heads down to build the team. So my goal is by March local that we have more people to share the stories. And please, for those of you that are so kind and you always say, I will share my story if you need me to, I get that. And I love that. And I'm super appreciative that I do have a group of people I can just throw in. But my goal is that we can have some new stories shared. So, but yeah, the ice. So first it was the whole no speakers, and then it was the ice. And I was like, ugh, I don't know. I just had this gut feeling with, I know the ice will throw us off for sure. So anywho, we do not have that this month now. But that just means we have more time now to focus and build. So tonight's topic has come from the auto bonus bootcamp that I know you guys have all seen. I know you're not all a part of it, but I want to walk you through some things that have come out of that auto bonus bootcamp that have made me realize some things that I need to be doing as a leader and that we all need to be doing as leaders. So this will be kind of like a Tammy therapy session. So I appreciate you all coming to be my therapist tonight. Buckle up. Okay, so when people said they wanted to be a part of the boot camp, because some of you may not have done this, but as soon as someone said we want to be in the boot camp, we said, okay, great. Here is your boot camp questionnaire. And they just had to answer some simple questions. I'm not going to share them with everybody, but just know that some of these questions were, I will share one. For example, can you take a snapshot of your calendar or your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 showing me your daily activity? We had so many people write back that they don't know what the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is. What should they have on their calendar that they would be taking a picture of? You can Venmo us a copay. I do probably owe you guys a copay for sure. But so as I was getting these questionnaires back and going through them, are you thriving for free? No. How do I do that? Like some of these answers just cut me to my soul because I was like, wait, what the heck? I feel like I talk about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 all the time. And those faces that I see on here tonight, you hear me talk about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 all the time. So I was really like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I was blown away, I guess. And I don't really even know how I felt about it in the moment. Very confused. So I thought about it all weekend, had my little talk with Jesus, had my little talk with myself. And then we started diving into some of the chats with people on the boot camp. And I started putting it together. So when I talk about, I call this like your communication habit. There is a beauty to network marketing, and it is called duplication. Some people might refer to it as redundancy. I don't care what you call it. There are too many people who are like, oh, there's a promo out, but I saw that Susan Kaufman did a live to explain it. So I'll just tell my team to go watch her video. Or, oh, I have a new team member. They need to be VIP 800. There's a YouTube about that. I'm going to send them that YouTube that I saw Tammy did last year. I'll send them that. Or, oh, I have been on 3 Zooms this week, and all 3 Zooms, everyone's talked about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So surely people have heard about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But what happens as your team grows, so as my team grows and your team grows and that team grows and that team grows, I can guarantee you all the people who are in my downline are not in my dream team page. I can guarantee all the people that are in Samantha's downline are not in, or all the people that are in like under Samantha, they're not in her team page. All the people who have people under Sandra, they're not all in her team page. That happens for a good reason, because they don't know me. Like if you think about somebody who's my level 4 or 8, they don't know me. So when you see that Tammy's having a Zoom and that she's going to talk about a promo or she's going to do something, that triggers for you that, hey, that's something I want to be a part of. It does not trigger that for everyone else on your team. They don't know me the way they know you. And I'll just be super honest, because we're all friends here. When I was building my team, because I had such a crappy upline, it was so easy for me to just be like, wow, I better set up my own team page. I better start having my own team calls, which turned into team Zooms. I better have my own team. I better do these things because I don't have anybody to rely on. Now, with that said, yes, we have Lindsay and we have Susan, but do you guys, Lindsay, if you're listening and you know the answer off the top of your head, you can say this. I feel like we're like your level, I don't know, 12, 14 or something. Like we don't even probably show
maybe like 19.
Okay. Yeah. See, we don't even show up on her reports. So between Lindsay and me, I had to do my own thing. And I take for granted that not everybody has that problem to where they have to go out. So I would like to say I'm a pretty good upline, and hopefully you guys are all like, oh, Tammy's a great upline, I don't have to do all this. But here's the thing, you do have to do it all. You have to do your own team activities. You have to take whatever I've said in a Zoom and take it down and give it to your people. And so if I have talked about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I hope that Sandra will go into her team page and talk about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I hope that Lacey will go on her team page and talk about the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then their people will duplicate what she talked about. Now, here's where people get stuck on this. They're like, yeah, but it's redundant. It's redundant. No, ma'am. And TJ, it is only redundant for the people paying attention. That's you guys. That's because you're leaders. It's only redundant to the leaders because we have heard it and we know what we're talking about. The people who are in the fray, the new people, the people who maybe signed up but didn't really want to promote, but they are kind of promoting, they're hanging out, they're listening. It's not redundant to them. It is all Greek to them. Scheduling a 5, 4, 3, 2. Yes. Okay. And let me tell you, in these chats, we have literally had to, like, we've had people like, oh my gosh, I have to talk to 5 people today about Thrive. No, it's a reach out. So the things that I think are basic and that I know you guys think are basic because you're on here with me all the time, I'm here to tell you straight up right now, your team does not know. They do not know. And as awesome as a leader as you might be, if you aren't in your team page, if you aren't doing lives with your team, and when I say team page, it might be a team chat. So if you're not ready for a team page, that's great and good. A lot of people will start with a team chat. And trust me, you'll know when it's time to transition. But if you're not in there telling your team how to do it, you don't know that they know. You don't know that they don't know that they don't know that we don't know, right? Like however that goes. So it was just really eye-opening to me that when I share something with you, I need to also say, okay, now it's your turn. Go into your team chat, go into your team page, share it down, and then tell your leaders to go in their team chat and share it down. Because like I said, you're going to miss people along the way. Not everyone will be in your chat. Not everyone will be where they belong. But secondly, not everyone is going to pay. But you guys, there are people who probably don't like me. Like that's just life. There are people on this team who probably don't like me. I might cuss more than they like. I might be gruff. I mean, I'm very business oriented. I'm not like the ooey gooey type. But so people may not like me. They may not listen to me. But you know who your people like? You. They signed up under you. They like you. So talk to them. Tell them you have got to take responsibility in passing down this information. And it's become so crystal clear to me that we are not communicating as a habit. We are taking for granted that someone else did a Zoom about it or somebody else made the post about it. And we're taking for granted that people are checking their emails or that people are checking in on, the dream team or the dream makers or whatever whatever page people are on. They're not. When I got answers back and people didn't know what the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 was, more or less obviously they didn't know how to fill it out because they didn't even know what the damn thing was. So take this as your kick in the pants, your permission slip, whatever the hell it is that you need. I am handing this to you. I love our team Zooms. I love training. You guys know I'm a super freaking dork. I get super excited about stuff. But look, I'm going to do a little math while we're on here. First of all, count how many faces. So 2, 4, 6, 8. We have 10 people. 10 people on this Zoom tonight, right? Okay. Hang on, I'm getting my spectacles on. 10 people are on this Zoom. And we have 2,550 people on the team. Think there's anybody missing tonight that doesn't, maybe they're not hearing about the fact that double triple ends tonight? And you guys, yes, I record it. I put it on my YouTube. Some of your people do not know who I am. So why would they know to go to my YouTube? And if you shared a YouTube on your page, they might be like, oh, I don't know who that girl is. I don't know what that's about. They respect you. They came and joined your business. So we have a lot of leaders who, so on this boot camp, we have newbies, clearly, who've never done a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we have like strong leaders. And we are in like literally it's the challenge for them is to go into their team page. Let me explain to you why leaders get frustrated and they stop talking in their team page. Because no one pays attention. No one sees it. No one comments. However, I could easily say that. I could easily be like, well, screw this, 10 people. By the way, 9 people, because I'm on here, so I shouldn't have counted myself. 9 people showed up out of 2,550 people tonight. So I could be discouraged by that, but I'm not, because the 9 people are here are the 9 people I need to talk to. And the 3 people who maybe watch the YouTube, that's who I need to talk to. Yep, that was me and my team page. Yeah. So what we're encouraging people who have team pages to do is to go in at least once a day and connect. It could be a post. It could be a piece of information. It could be a live. You have to start talking to your team. Now, some of you are going to look at me and go, yeah, but my team isn't really promoting. They are still your team. They still generate volume for you. They still have questions. They still could benefit from being educated. So if you have a team chat full of people who only do the deal, which I know we have those, we all have those. Trust me, we all have those. Still put it on your to-do list to check in with these people. Throw in an information. You guys could literally go into the PDF file, pull the balance PDF file, put the PDF in your chat for your glorified promoters, right? They're just glorified customers, and say, hey, just wanted to share this information about this product balance in case any of you have never used it before. 2 days later, you can maybe say, hey, if any of you guys have friends that have been asking you about Thrive, here's a corporate call that's coming out tonight. You could just share this link with them, because they don't know. I can guarantee you, half of your team has no clue that there are PDFs to pull from. Half of your team has no idea there's corporate events or calls, things to do. If you didn't tell them, I can guarantee they don't know. I only know right now that 9 of you know it because 9 of you are on here. That's all I know. But now I'm empowering you to take what I've told you and share it, pass it down. So yes, we're all in different spots in our business. And so, for me, once a week, we have a big team Zoom and there's a theme and sometimes a guest. So maybe early on for you, it's a live. And honestly, if we don't start getting more people showing up on the Zooms, maybe I'll go back to lives. Because here's the thing about a Zoom, it's awesome. I can see you all, we can chit chat, we can do that fun stuff. But there's only 9 of you seeing this. Whereas if I did a Facebook Live in the team page, maybe 30 people would actually see it. So you have to do what works for you in the moment. So I guess what I'm saying is I don't care the method, whether it's a chat, whether it's a text message, whatever it is, but it is your responsibility to share the information with your people. Just like how we say, talk to your auto shippers once a month with a thank you card and maybe send them a sample of a new product. Talk to your team. Your team could be people who've been here for 5 years and fallen off the face of the earth, plus a handful of brand newbies, and they may never have heard of Activate because you started them on the 3 steps. It's all they've ever ordered. There's nothing in the chat about other products. They don't know. Are you guys following me here? We have got to do a better job of educating the people that are under us. And when you are passing that information down, I am going to start saying, okay, I've shared this with you. Now go share with your teams. And I'm guilty of this. This is why I know this. There have been times where I'm like, maybe they're going to do like that big corporate call. And I know that Maria is going to put it on Facebook Live for her team page. There are so many people on our team that are not on Maria's team page. And if I share that into Dream Team and they're not in her team, they can't see it. 1 or 2 people might say, hey, can you add me? But by the time I add them and then Maria's assistant gets a chance to go through and actually approve them, it's over, it's done. They've missed the opportunity versus me being like, oh, you know what? I have a team. I need to take care of them. I need to do this. And I think that's the attitude we all need to have. I have a team. I need to take care of them. I need to do this. Your people did not sign up with me. Lacey's people did not sign up with Samantha. Samantha is an incredibly strong leader, but Lacey's people did not sign up with her. They signed up with Lacey. And then under Lacey, we have Sarah. Sarah's people signed up with Sarah, not Lacey. Lacey's an amazing leader, but Sarah's people may not be paying attention to Lacey because they're algorithms. Again, we all assume that everyone that we know and love is seeing what we're doing. They're not. Okay, let me see. It was fun going live today on my team page. And my PJs, I had an idea and I ran with it. Good. Hearing loud and clear, and I'm guilty. Stepping up stat as well. Sandra says, empowering ourselves to empower our team. Duplicate. Yes, that's the thing. The beauty of what we do, and you guys have all heard this, it's duplication. It's duplication. You go get a customer. Now that customer can go get 2 customers. Those customers can go get 2 customers. It's like that, washing your hair over and over. It's just duplicating. But where we're missing the duplication is in team leadership. So when I have people say to me, my team's falling apart, and then I go look at their team chat or their team page and they haven't posted anything in their team page in a week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, that's why your team fell apart, because you're not working with your team. So I get the whole thing. Like, I made a post, I threw out this, no one commented, no one liked it. It's okay. Here's an example I used today, and I think you guys will all follow me on this one. We all get discouraged, even though we know better. We all get discouraged when we make a post or we do a live or we share information and no one responds. Like, we don't even get a freaking like, right? You're like, what the hell? Like, I took time to make that graphic, or like you're all, oh, whatever. I'm here to tell you that when I am going through Instagram Reels, I go through a lot of them, by the way. I don't like a single one of them. I don't like them. I don't comment on them. I save them. I click on the person's name because she just showed a sweater that she got on Amazon that is super cute, and I want to get to the link to find the exact sweater. So I click on her name. It takes me to Instagram. It takes me to her like to know, takes me to Amazon. She literally just sold me a sweater, and I did not take time to like her reel or comment. But I watched it and I followed it and I did what was happening. So when you take time to make a post, a reel, a live, whether it's for your business or your team, you are not doing it for the likes. You are not doing it for the kudos. You're not doing it for the comments. You're doing it for your business. So even if no one gives you a like or a pat on the back, your paycheck will pat you on the back. That's the pat on the back that I work for every week. If you worked your day job, think of your day job. If you went to work every day for your day job, and after you did what you were supposed to do, you looked at your boss and said, did I do a good job? And expected a pat on the back, they would be like, yeah, you did a great job. Come back and do it again tomorrow. That's what we pay you for, right? Your paycheck is that's your pat on the back. So if you want more pats on your back, which I know I would like more pats on my back in the form of my paycheck, you have got to step up and take responsibility for being a leader with your team. And I know there are going to be some that say, but I only have one promoter, or I don't have any promoters. Guess what? Your customers are your team. So if you have customers that you're not checking in with, you're going to lose that team. If you have promoters, even non-promoting promoters that you're not trying to educate and inspire and keep in the loop, you're going to lose that team. If you have you guys, listen, I have lost 40 Ks on my team before, and I know Lindsay has lost an 80K. That I felt like the biggest loser in my life until I heard that Lindsay, who is freaking phenomenal and amazing, had an 80K leave. So then I was like, you know what? She's awesome and she did that, so I must be okay. So I'm here to tell you, you will have people leave, but make sure it's not because you weren't there to support them, right? People are going to come, people are going to go. But anyone who is wishy-washy, feeling lost, not totally sure if this is where they belong, if you don't show up on a regular basis for them, they will determine that this is not where they belong. So again, I'm not asking you to have elaborate team pages. I'm not asking you to have like some awesome newsletter or anything that you're putting out. I'm telling you to think as basic gets. Tell your team what a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is. Tell them where to find it in the cloud. Tell them what those lines mean, what a reach out means. Tell them what a follow up means. And if you're sitting on the fence right now going, Tammy, none of my people are going to reach out because I don't have any working promoters yet. I'm in the chat with my non-promoting promoters. Okay, so here's my challenge for you. Every day, what can you share with them about the business, the company, a product? Because these are your people, like your people. So what I basically need you to do is pretend that your upline is an idiot. You've got to put yourself in the mindset. My upline is an idiot. She doesn't know all my people. She doesn't know how to talk to these people. I'm going to take what she just told me and I'm going to tell them in a way that they will understand. You have got to fire your upline. We've had this conversation before, but it is so apparent to me. You've got to fire your upline. So, one more thing while we're firing our uplines. Please remember that you can't help people if they don't know where you are. So there are so many people who don't have individual upline chats. They have like a big chat with all of their promoters in there, but they don't have individual upline chats. So let's talk about that. This gets really tricky. And I know how it starts because this is how we all started. And if you're in this position and you're like, I think she's describing me, like after this is over, let me know. Let's say you started a chat, you had 2 promoters. So you just have this chat with the 3 of you. And then you get your 4th and your 5th. And number 3 gets one of their own too. So now you got this group together, right? And you're originally using this to share like promos, or maybe people are asking questions. Well, now you have 7 people in a chat. 6 people are getting dinged when only 1 person has a question. So eventually 4 of those 6 are like mute. That's driving me, right? That's a ding, ding, ding. Let's say you share something amazing on a Monday, but somebody doesn't see anything until Thursday. Now it's buried in the chat. Group chats will work to an extent if they're used for group activity only. You have to have individual upline chats with people. If somebody's having a problem or they're pissed about something, you don't want them going into your group chat and asking about it or talking about it. You want them going to their individual upline chat to say, hey, I got a beef with so-and-so, or hey, I got a rash and my eyes turned green. This stuff is shit, right? Like you don't want that in your group chat. So you need to have individual chats. So even if you are like, well, I do have a group chat, but there's only 3 people. Okay. All those 3 people also still need their own private one-on-one chat with you. Now, do you have to check on that chat once a week? Not really. That's for them to come to you, and you can still use your group chat and or your group page to send out the motivation, send out the information, that kind of stuff. But they have to know that they can get to you, because and Lindsay, I think she's gone now, but this is what they've always taught us is to vent up, shine down. So that just means bitch to your upline, not to your whole team, not to your downline. And so if you don't have individual chats with your promoters where they know they can come, they're either A, going to hold it all in and just disappear, or B, they're going to let it rip right in the middle of a group chat. Right. So you got, a lot of you guys know we have obviously our team page. In addition to the team page, I have a chat for 12Ks and up. Why do I have a chat separate for 12Ks and up? Because the 12Ks are who I look to say, I send you guys the 12K chat and message and say, hey, we're zooming tonight at 7:30. Here's our topic. I expect you to take that and put that in your page or your chat. I expect that to trickle its way down. I don't go into that 12K chat to talk about my day or bitch about my day, right? It's for information. It's for business. So keep that in mind. Everybody needs to have an individual group chat. Your promoters all deserve that. And I will tell you, in that group chat, it should be you, them, and an upline. The upline you put in the chat with that person does not have to be your direct upline. It just needs to be an upline that either you mesh really well with, or that you know this person is going to mesh really well with. Just like how when we do chats with customers, just because I'm Sandra's upline, she doesn't put me in every customer chat. I mean, poor Olivia, anytime somebody has a mom with littles, we put Olivia in there. It doesn't matter whose team she's on, right? So it's the same thing with your upline or your downline and your upline in those chats. If you, maybe you have somebody, Sandra Dilbeck, I think we've had this before. Maybe you have somebody who is super duper sweet and she's the cutest little church mom in the world. And if anybody even says shoot in front of her, she gets a little flustered. Sandra is not going to put me in there as the upline chat. I mean, would you? I try, but we all know that I struggle. So it's okay. It's not to hurt my feelings. That chat is for that newbie, not for me. It's for the newbie. So the newbie needs to have somebody in the chat that she feels comfortable with, right? So you got to think about these things, because communicating with your team needs to be a constant habit on your list. Constant. And again, I do apologize for this. I took for granted the fact that I just was thrown in that situation from day one and didn't really think about that. But even with that, I have been lazy before and been like, oh, Lindsay did this or Susan did that. So yeah, you guys know, like people who are like our level 5, 6, and 7s, they don't know who Susan is. They don't know who Lindsay is. Like they're new. They don't even know who I am yet. So we have to keep our heads on about us like that. We have got to communicate with people on a regular basis. So that's all I have. I hope that was great for everyone. Also, I hope you guys are also using your habit tracker. We're on day 14. We are 2 weeks. Remember I said 28 days to make it great or some crap that rhymed. We're halfway there. And I am super proud of myself for all the X's on my, oh yeah, yes, I love it. I'm super proud of these habit trackers. And so I'm going to encourage you, now that we're halfway through the month, is there a habit on here that you are now doing pretty freely? Is there a habit that you still are not doing? Okay. So if there's a habit that you're not doing, and there's a habit that you're pretty freely doing, take off the freely and let's get serious and do the one you're not doing. So for example, thank God I've been following along, but obviously I take my Thrive every day. That's my first X. I've told you guys that's my easy peasy X. The Reel is my second easy peasy X because they're fun. They're funny. Adding 2 to 5 friends is actually becoming almost a habit. It's almost reached the point of being a real habit. But if you have one on your list that you are just still not doing, take off your easiest one, focus on the hardest one. I will say, and she's not on here for me to give her kudos, but Samantha we make a pretty good team. I will say that for all of these chats, because she will be the first, like I'll be the first one to be like, I don't know. I know this is going on in her world right now. So maybe we should just say XYZ. And Sam will say, nope, you know what? Because she's good at that. And this is to get her out of her comfort zone. This is a boot camp. This is supposed to be hard. I'm like, you're right. Let's do it. So I'm telling you right now, take off the easy one, focus on the hard one these last 2 weeks. And there's no way in hell we're coming out of February without not being a stronger team, because between the habit tracker and now this boot camp and all these realizations I've come to, There's literally nowhere but up. So, all right, with that, I will record this. I mean, I did record this. I will post the recording. You can share it with your teams. You can encourage your teams to watch the YouTube, but I will also encourage you to take what you learned tonight and put into your team pages, your team chats, things like that. Courtney says, fire info tonight. Thanks, girl. Sandra says, Thrive Church tonight. Reels is my struggle. All right, that's number one on your list. Then take your easy one off. Courtney says, super proud and thankful you guys for putting together, because I know, it is a lot for two people, but we talked today. One moment. The thought was we were going to do this boot camp, for you guys. But hell, today was the first day of boot camp, and over the weekend is when all this hit me. So the boot camp has been just as helpful for me. So those of you that are in the boot camp, I super appreciate your honest answers, because that's what's helped us be better. So, and those of you that didn't join, that's okay. We're going to do it every 2 weeks, so you could always join it the next time. So anyway, with that, I'm signing off. Have a fabulous Valentine's Day for what's left of it. Bye.